Okay. All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Daemons of the Shadow Realm. Here we go. For episode 3.
I love our show, Greg. I just want you to know how much I enjoy.
Are you sure you don't like
the
the other show and the Ick List episode that I apparently somehow recited without listening to the episode?
No, I love our show so much. If Greg, if you were to be like, I need you to focus on one podcast or one podcast only, Greg, it would be this one, 100%.
You don't have to do that. I understand.
You're not going to make me choose. You're letting me get my harem together, my harem of podcasts.
This is literally your Garo, and Himekawa, which is me, may be the one for you, but you don't know unless you just swim around the ocean and poison everyone with your giant syringe dick.
Is the microphone my syringe dick here?
Okay. Yeah, and you're poisoning me with it right now.
Yeah, hell yeah. Amen to that. All right.
Okay, here we go. Episode 3 of Daemons of the Shadow Realm. The crew is still driving, and they stop at a rest area, and Hana gives Yudu some food and a change of clothes. And Yudu takes a look at the onigiri and is like, holy shit, this onigiri is luxury. Look at these flavors. Is this the food of the gods? I wish Asa could have some.
You know, like, still wants to share with his sister, even though he doesn't know if, one, she's alive, and two, she's the other one that the clone, you know, but he's still like, no, I really wish I could say this to my sister.
Yeah, this like highly processed food and ingredients and fillings. I wish I could share it with my sister.
Oh my God. Are you going to say that you fucking drank raw milk next, Greg? Because I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. I only drink rainwater and milk straight from the cow's teat.
Great. I'm glad you're still alive, Greg.
Yeah. That's why your poison doesn't work on me, because I've ingested so much bacteria that
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Left and right say they'll watch Yudu if Dara and Hana want to go in and eat, and they take them up on their offer. Dara and Hana talk, and Dara's like, I told Yudu that girl in the cage wasn't Asa, and he freaked out, so we probably shouldn't say anything else about it. Hana is like, well, where are we taking them back to? Your place? And Dara's like, I can't go back there. They know me and my face. And Hana's like, sick. So now we're homeless. We're homeless looking out for someone else's kid. And Dara's like, well, this is your problem too. The only solution is we got to get married. And then Hana whips out the brass knuckles and is like, marry these nuts. Hana's like, why do I got to get married to your old loser sorry ass? And Dara is like, it's not for real. But we need to blend in so we can protect Yudu. And Hana is like, dude, we can do that without getting married. But Dara is like, well, people trust families more. And it's easier to rent a place if you're a family. Hana is like, why don't you just be the single father and I can just be Yudu's much older sister? But Dara's like, nah, a dude whose wife dumped him will attract too much unwanted attention and rumors from neighbors. Dara's like, we'll just go with, I'm an old guy that married a younger girl and Yudu's our kid. You want to use my name or... And Hana's like, fuck, I already decided that I'm going to marry Jason Statham. So another weird, like, American actor reference here, because...
Did they do one before? I don't remember.
No, not in this anime, but in JJK.
Also, he's not American.
No, not American. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's Australian, I think, right?
No, English.
Is he English? Holy shit. He is English. Okay, well... Jason Statham, I'm sorry. I love all your work.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Greg?
Please don't come and crank me.
I have not seen a reference to Crank in like fucking decades. And the other day, I get the scene. Okay, to everybody that's never watched the movie Crank, Jason Statham gets like poisoned and he has to keep his adrenaline over a certain amount, or else he'll die and his heart explodes or some stupid
It's
shit.
like Speed, but Jason Statham is actually the boss.
Yeah, that is fucking a great way to put it. Holy shit. So he constantly is doing like the most insane shit throughout the entire movie, like jumping out of airplanes without a fucking parachute.
Doing drugs.
And, like, fighting people on the way, doing hella drugs, calls his girlfriend, bangs her in public. And it's the weirdest fucking movie. And then... Obviously, it can't last, but then they made Crank 2. Like, oh, man.
Yeah, he's still cranking. He couldn't crank once. He has to crank again.
Yeah, Crank 2 High Voltage. Yeah, what a fucking... Oh, my God. I hate it. I hate it so much. But also, it was great.
But it cuts to left and right, trying to figure out how the car works. But Yudu comes out and is like, I ate all the food, guys. Sorry. Aren't you hungry? But they're like, nah, we don't eat human food. We good. Yudu is like, well, what do I call you? And they're like, whatever you want. And he's like, how about left and right? And they're like, sick. But then Yudu is like, okay, what's going on with my sister and shit? It's story time now. And Right is like, we sat in front of the Higashi village for 400 years. And they only saw people go in and out and didn't know much about what happened in the village. They said they saw Yudu all the time, but rarely saw Asa, and just assumed she died of an illness. But about 10 years ago, they saw their parents run away with a girl with blood that smelled like Yudu's. Yudu is like, damn, I thought my parents ran away, but everyone just left me. But this future Asa might know where our parents are. Dara and Hana come back out, and Yudu is like, damn, Hana, what's up with you? And she's like, well, apparently we're your fucking parents for some reason. And Dara's like, Yudu, we got a long ride. You got to go to the bathroom? And he's like, no, I'm good. I just went into the woods. Hana says normal humans can't see daemons, but daemon wielders can see them. And daemons can make themselves seen to certain humans, and some people just happen to have the ability to see them. They get in the car and review the Kagemori clan, and apparently they left the Higashi village and established themselves in the real world and left the village out of difference of opinion, but they heard rumors that one of the twins was with them.
So are they Kagemoris as well? Asa and Yuru?
I don't think so. They don't ever say their last names, so...
Yeah, okay.
But then it cuts to some building and a lady running and getting into an elevator. But her stalker enters too and is going to kill her. But after the door closes, it triggers a trap card of an anglerfish daemon, and then cuts to Jin, who calls, the lady's name is Aoi, and says he's taken care of her stalker. Cuts to a random lady getting on the elevator too, and she can see the daemon as it exits. And Jin is like, oh, you can see it? Well, don't tell anybody. So yeah, I mean, like, more cooler shit happened than how I described it. Like, the anglerfish, like, took the form of the girl, and then the stalker was gonna kill her, but then the anglerfish, like, was actually the bottom of the elevator, and the mouth opened, and then a bunch of hands came out and basically pulled the stalker in, and it was really crazy looking.
It was sick, I thought.
Yeah, Jin's cool guy, cool daemons, cool, you know, he basically locked him in the prison cube, the companion cube, and he's hanging out with Gojo.
Okay, fuck off. All right.
Cuts to the crew at a family mart talking about the village and stuff, and Dara and Hana.
Also, real quick, the other small version, like, they come in twos, and he's got the small little fucking stupid... What is that fish? That, like, a slime fish? Looks like a fucking idiot. Damn. I love it. I'm already a fan.
We learn a little bit more about these two daemons in particular in the following episodes.
Great. I'm excited.
So that little one, think of it as Toji's little centipede thing on his shoulder.
Cool.
But it cuts to the crew at a family mart talking about the village and stuff, and Dara and Hana say Granny just told them to make sure no one knows where the village is and to protect Yudu, and Dara collects resources and information, and Hana just does odd jobs and has never been to the village. Dara says his real name is Tadera Ryu, but he can keep calling him Dara. And Yudu says that Granny seemed mad someone was trying to take him, and he asks what exactly are him and his sister. Wright says when twins of a boy and a girl are born on a day when day and night are equal, then the world will be torn apart. And the last time it happened was 400 years ago, and the nation was split into east and west, warring factions. And before that, the nation was split into north and south warring factions with daemon wielders behind the scene. So Yudu is like, we're cursed kids. And Wright is like, nah, people who want to use your powers start fighting. And Yudu is like, well, I don't have power. And they're like, you have the capacity to gain power. And Asa has probably already gotten it. Wright is like, yeah, she probably used break, which forcibly opens whatever, and the opposite is seal. And Hana is like, what happens when they're used against each other? And Dara's like, well, I don't know. That's a paradox. Has anyone had both powers before? And Left is like, not that we know of. So I wonder if this is going to be the theme where whatever Asa has, Yudu has the opposite of whatever that power is. But Yudu is like, well, there's a barrier around the village, Dara, how do you get through? And he's like, you got to do the Konami code. Counterclockwise around some rocks a certain amount of times, go right at the crossroads, and then turn around at the next, and go through the valley, then make a 90-degree turn at a big tree. It really sucks. Dara's clan knows the route so he can come and go, and Yudu's mom is from the normal world, stumbling upon it by accident. And Dara says it happens occasionally, and then Yudu has a flashback to hanging out with his mom and her saying his name means night, and she wants to take the fam to the real world sometime. They stop at another rest stop, and Yudu goes through the bathroom ritual, but doesn't like the hand dryer because it roars like a dragon, so he just wipes his hands on his dirty ass shirt. Yudu walks around with left and right and are amazed at the real world technology, and Yudu is like, Dara and Hana seem cool, but if they're connected to this deception with my sister, then I can't fully trust them. And he can't trust future Asa either, so he wants to capture her and find their parents so he can hear it straight from Asa. They get back to the car, and Dara says Hana found a place for them to live, so they don't have to live in the car anymore, and Yudu is like, what's that thing? And Dara is like, oh, it's a phone, but you probably don't know what that is. It's like smoke signals. And then it ends with a shot of an airplane with some dragon gas. And then that's how episode 3 ends.
Very, like, strange, but obviously, like, good episode, right? It's just him acclimating to the real world and their mistrust or distrust for Dara and Hana. Like, yeah, dude, this guy is walking in the park talking to nothing to most people.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, looking up, he's like, hey, so right, how are you doing? And left is just like, yo, I'm talking too. And then he just turns, it's like fucking, he's got his special friends, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the show though.
Yeah, you said it. He's acclimating to what is going on because he basically just got uprooted from everything that he ever knew and ran from the village. Who he thought was his sister died. Everyone that was in the village that he knew and trusted apparently is like lying to him. And now he's hanging out with Dara and Hana, and even though he knew Dara from the village, he still is just like, well, they were still pretty chummy with Granny, so I don't know if I can trust them. But he did help me summon my 2 imaginary friends, which apparently I just wholeheartedly trust, and I just don't second guess that at all. So it is kind of weird, but I guess you can chalk it up to like Yudu's like hunting instinct and like everything he kind of did growing up, and he's a pretty sharp guy, I think. And as we see in later episodes, he does some pretty cool hunter-esque moves that surprise everybody. So no, it's a good show so far.
I'm excited for the next episode. I'm excited for the next episode of this podcast. I'm very, very juiced about episode 4 of everything that's coming up. Like I say every episode, I'm enjoying all of the shows that we've been watching, with I think Daemons of the Shadow Realm being my favorite so far.
Yeah, I mean, mine's kind of like they're jockeying for position. I mean, Wisteria is like at the, in last place, and I think that's where it's probably going to stay. But yeah, Marriage Toxin, the next episode, it was okay. I guess for me, it didn't hit as hard as like the last 3 episodes. So I think Nippon Sangoku, I'll still put that at the top. I think I might move Daemons to second, Marriage Toxin third, and then Wisteria will probably forever be last.
I like Nippon Sangoku as well. Like, I'd say that those two are like right there. Daemons, the Shadow Realm, and Nippon, and then Marriage Toxin right under that, and then, well, yeah, I would say Marriage Toxin and Wisteria are even.
So that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Anime Book Club podcast. You can find us on the internet at theanimebookclub.com or on Spotify at the Anime Book Club podcast, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. And you can find us on the Instagram also at the Anime Book Club podcast. Check out IT-Aesthetics for anime streetwear that you can wear on your back or on your lower half, or use it as a cape, whatever you desire, but use promo code TAPSY10 at checkout for 10% off of your order, or TAPSY5 for a stacking $5 coupon for whatever deal they have running. And right now they have a Mother's Day deal. So get your anime apparel at IT-Aesthetics. gamersupps.com. And also check out gamersupps.gg, where you can get caffeinated beverages in powdered or canned form. And you can use promo code DJ Montague at checkout for 10% off of that order as well.
Yes. And thank you guys so much for being here. The moral of the story today is we as humans have the wonderful ability to communicate in hundreds of thousands of different ways. Use your hands, use your mouth, use your mind, flex that brain, communicate your thoughts into the world, but also understand that the world can communicate their thoughts to you.
Using their bodies. That's body language.
Yeah, that is body language. That is true. Because all language is body language, if you really think about it.
Use my body. For language purposes only.
Okay. We're all going to communicate with Greg's body now. That's the new language, is Greg's body.
Yeah, I can't read or write, so the only way you can communicate with me is with your body on my body.
Right. Okay. Well, friends, we will see you in the next episode. Appreciate you being here. And Greg, do you have anything else you wanted to tell him?
Yeah, the only thing left I have to say is goodbye.
Nice. Thank you, friends, for checking out the Anime Book Club podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
And if you don't want to miss the next one, follow us on the socials where we announce new episodes, content, and other cool stuff. You can also check out our anime list with our rankings and follow along with what we're currently watching and what we have watched in the past.
All the links are in the description. See you in the next one. Bye!